Hi, gun people. Well, I don't know how Amazon know I would be interested in this, but they knew. And this popped up as something you might be interested in. And I went, hey, that's pretty cool. Put these in the freezer and then you can put them in your little cup when you're giving out drinks. I was like, that's kind of spiffy. I didn't order them, but it's a cool idea. So, anyway, I don't know how Amazon knew that. I know everybody be like, they're what? You need to get rid of you. Look, government's got me if they want me, okay? They know more about me than I probably know about my damn self. But let's get to this video on government overreach. So everyone kept sending me articles about, yo, man, did you see where the build kits and where they're, let me see where I can get to the video on that. Is there... Somebody sent me this one. ATF affidavit obtained a search warrant. So I'm going to go through the search warrant. It's a pretty long search warrant, so it might be number 1 or number 2. And it's 101 of 119. So this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 part series. We're going to look at a search warrant on what they're doing, what they're going for, etc. But in the search warrant, they talked about these build kits and buy a build shoot kit. And that's why they did a search warrant. So anybody that sells these, and it looks like quite a few people sell them, this is what the ATF put in their warrant to get into your business. And I'm going to try to explain to you the criminal offense, kind of how, what caused what, etc. So let's get through the, oh shit, I already did a video on that. I can get rid of that one. I already did a video on that guy. That one's coming. I haven't done one on him yet. My comments. The hell's this one? Officer involved shooting. I haven't even watched that one yet. All right, so let's talk about the affidavit and the search warrant. Okay, so here we go. Grab an iced tea, grab some coffee. Let's get in this cop's mind, this ATF agent's mind on what he was thinking of and what the hell he was doing when my horses just saw something out there. I'm looking out the window and I'm kind of like, what are they looking at? Anyway, I don't have my phone. I take a picture so you see what the hell I'm looking at. Maybe I'll slide that in. All right, here we go. United States District Court, District of Nevada. So this is a federal search warrant. The Business Federal Firearms License, FFL, known as Polymer 80, Polymer, however they pronounce it, which is located on 134 Lakes, Dayton, Nevada. I, a federal law enforcement officer. Damn, there goes Buddy racing across the freaking area. What's going on out there? He's bucking and raising hell. Sometimes like a dog or coyote will come out there messing with him and he'll like show that he's not scared by running and bucking, but I don't see anything out there for him to be reacting to. Anyway, sorry, here we go. Federal law enforcement, this always starts out, request a search warrant. When a law enforcement officer requests search warrant, he's requesting permission to search from the court. When the court issues the warrant, the court is issuing a court order ordering any peace officer or a peace officer or specific persons listed in the warrant to go search and seize and look for evidence of a crime. So in a search warrant, the officer's responsibility is, I have to establish my probable cause, why I think a crime is being committed, why I think these people are committing it, and what evidence will I think I find when I search this area. That's what a search warrant is. It's a court order. So here we go. I have reason to believe that the following person and or property, identified person described, blah, 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 the business, federal firearm, blah, blah. So that's who he believes is committing a crime located at, attached and incorporated herein. He's just attaching either map, what do you say? And further described in attachment A. So he described this in attachment A. I'm sure we'll get there. Let's see here. See attachment B, here to incorporate herein to identify the person and property to be seized. Okay. The basis of the search warrant, normally you have to click these. So the basis for this search warrant is evidence of a crime, contraband, fruits of a crime, or other items illegally possessed. This is not with specificity on what I'm looking for. The founder is put in there so government could not go on fishing positions. I could not go on a fishing expedition and say, I want to search your house for anything illegally. That's not specific. Cops over the years have just started adding this in. I'm looking for fruits of the crime, receipts of the crime. I make it to where I can look for anything. Now, I don't even have to put this in here. If a cop is searching legally for contraband of this crime and I run across illegal possessions, I don't need it in a search warrant. And this search warrant should not say this, because this is not specific and it just goes broad and is fishing, and that's going to give the defense the ability to challenge this on it wasn't specific. You can't look for FFL violations of making polymer and you go in there and I'm looking for any illegal problems. There's not probable cause for any illegal possessions. There's probable cause for this crime, which is specific, and I need to look for specific evidence to this crime. When I run across illegal items, I can seize those because I'm in a place where I'm authorized to be per this warrant, and therefore I can seize any illegal items. If I want to go get another warrant, let's say I'm in there and I find a dead body. I can't just say, well, I'm covered for a dead body because I said any illegal possessions. No, I have to go get another warrant for evidence of the crime of murder, the body, evidence of the body, DNA, finger. I have to go in and get another warrant. So putting this in here is BS. One, it gives a reason for the defense to challenge the warrant, and it kind of shows a little bit of the cops and the government is just fishing. A DA, a good DA, should have went, you don't need this. This doesn't need to be in here, and it makes the warrant look like you're on a fishing expedition. If you run across illegal items while you're searching for this crime, then you can seize it. You don't need to put in a warrant that I just want to search. Why don't I put in a warrant any illegal possessions and anything that is related to tax fraud and any receipts where it looked like the suspect had violated the tax law? That's not what I'm looking for. I need to time my warrant specific to the crime that I've listed. And I think he had listed in attachment A. But anyway, here we go. The search is related to a violation of. Now, this is just kind of looks like a template. Somebody has made this warrant to where a DA or somebody wrote this to where, look, all you got to do to write this warrant is fill in the blanks. So I'm going to put the search is related to, and you need to fill in the blank. So did he fill in the blank? Code section 18-922A, parentheses 2 of the offense to the attached B, and the offense description. Shipment or transport of a firearm by a federal firearms licensee, FFL, to a non-FFL in interstate or foreign commerce, other offenses listed in attachment B. So this is what I'm searching for this crime. I can't look for any illegal possessions related to this crime. I mean, look, you can put this and it doesn't matter because, look, once you get a judge and a DA to sign this, or for a federal warrant, you get a state's attorney or the U.S. District Court or whoever the freaking prosecutor is for the feds, whatever name they're calling. I mean, in some places it's DA, some places state's attorney. For feds, I think it's the U.S. attorney or the deputy U.S. attorney or the deputy U.S. district attorney. Whatever, whoever's reviewing this, once you get a prosecutor to sign off on your warrant and then you get a judge to sign it, you can do whatever you want. You're covered. The judge is covered. The DA can't be sued. Everybody's got immunity. So why should we have to worry about you pesky citizens in the Constitution? We all get immunity. Rick, you're a big bootleg jack. Shut up, you freaking idiots. I'm trying to educate you. All right. Continued in the attachment. Here's the criminal suspect, redcoat, Tolliver Hart, ATF special agent. Ooh, I thought he was just an agent. He's a special agent. Ooh, sounds like the FBI. Ooh, I get just goosebumps. Okay, here we go. Affidavit. Tolliver Hart. This is the ATF boy writing a warrant. Well, he didn't necessarily write it. He could have had an attorney write it. And, man, what the hell is my horse? Let me pause it. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing out my window. So you guys keep saying, why are you always distracted? So I'm sitting behind my computer, and I'm doing this affidavit. And right in between here, I can see my two horses way out there. I don't know if you guys can see them. So there's a horse there, and there's another horse there. And I can see it clearer than it's coming out here because it's not picking up on the screen. But they're out there bucking and running like something's across the fence, and they're looking and being all suspicious. So every time I see that, I'm distracted. So when you see me, what the hell are my horses doing? That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at these two knuckleheads out there. These two mules distracting me. All right, I wanted to add that in. Okay, back to the warrant. Tolliver Hart, duly sworn, declare and state as follows. See, This is what's called penalty of perjury. When you swear to tell the truth and you sign under penalty of perjury and you sign or declare something with oath, and when you do a search warrant, you raise your hand and you have to swear to it in front of the judge that everything's true and correct, that makes it punishable under perjury. But I digress. Here we go. I make this affidavit in support of an application for the warrant to search a business, blah, 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 subject premises. Okay, so they want to search the business. I don't know why they didn't add in here. If I was doing a warrant for something and I thought a guy was doing something illegal at his business, I would get a warrant to search his home and I would justify it by saying it's common practice for people that own businesses to work out of their house, to bring work home, and to bring things from home or to store things at the house. Therefore, I want to search his house too. But I don't want to give this ATF agent too many fucking tips because he's writing a dumb warrant. Anyway, the requested search warrant seeks authorization to seize evidence, fruits, instrumentality of violations 18 of FFL, blah, blah, blah. Interstate commerce, 922, sale or delivery of firearms by an FFL violation, state law or ordinance. So why is the ATF, the federal government, enforcing state law? Isn't the state law always told, no, you can't enforce federal law? No. You can enforce federal law when it's on guns. Then states can do it. You can't enforce it if it's on immigration because then the feds say, oh, no, that's our job. That's why I'm telling you, man, the feds is the biggest threat to our country. It needs to be knocked down in size. It needs to be knocked down in power. And it needs to be freaking banned from states that believe in freedom like Texas and kick all feds out. Now, I know there's going to be some little federal guy, oh, we need them and their money and they're going to protect. They don't do shit. They push the federal agenda and they hold states hostage for federal money. But I digress. So, non-FFL interstate delivery of firearms, sale of delivery of firearm to a person not residing in the FFL state. Sale and delivery of a firearm FFL without, what is that? Notaring? What? Without notaring require, without notation? No. Nope. I don't know what the hell that is. Without something requiring information and records. Sale, let me, oh, never mind. I don't give a shit. I was going to look it up, but sale and disposition of a firearm to a prohibited person. So I'm thinking, here's what they did. And I think I read part of it. I just kind of scanned through it and I went, man, this is a long warrant. I'll just do a couple videos on this and kind of talk people through it. Somewhere I read in here that he sold these kits to several FBI agents. Okay, let me say that again. This agency sold several kits to FBI agents. Well, Rick, he didn't know it was an FBI. I'm just telling you. That's how people get caught doing stupid shit. If you're not doing nothing wrong, then you don't have nothing to worry about. But if you're selling shit to FBI agents who are in different states, and I think he sold it to California and sent it to California, which is illegal. He can't do that. Now, it shouldn't be illegal, and I think somebody in California should be able to ride over here and get it. But again, the feds, you can't send it through the post office because the feds own the post office. You can't fly it on a plane because the feds own the plane. You can't use it because the FFL and the federal firearms license is federal, and they control all gun sales for all states, and states don't have any rights on what they sell and what they don't sell. So that's the problem with the feds. But you know what? Everybody just wants to call me the crazy government conspiracy guy, and I'm just telling you, we've lost a free country. Selling disposition for a private person. So I have a feeling one of the FBI agents that he sold to probably sent him an email and say, hey man, I'm living in California and I'm not allowed to have that here. Can you send it to me anyway? And the guy went, yeah, sure, no problem. And he didn't know he was talking to an FBI agent. Well, I mean, look, a lot of people sent me this information saying, man, they're going after guns. They're not going after gun sellers if you're following the rules. I don't agree with all the rules, but if you follow the rules that are out there, then I don't think the ATF here is doing. Again, I haven't read the whole warrant, so I don't know. Knowing transfer of a firearm without a background check. Well, if this isn't a firearm, then you don't need a background check. It's like the little Glock thing that I just bought, you know, that I slide my Glock into. I own the Glock. They're just selling the piece I slide it into. That's not a firearm. It's not required to have a serial number. It's not required to be transferred through an FFL. There's no nothing, because it's not a firearm. These kits that they're talking about are not a firearm. You're actually building your own gun. And according to federal law, you can build your own gun. If it's for you and for personal use, you just can't sell it. And that's why all these people are selling these polymer 80% lowers to where you drill and you make the firearm, which is legal. So I haven't got into the crust on what he did illegally, except maybe sending it to a state where the state doesn't allow. California doesn't allow 80% lowers. Let's see. Transferring a handgun by an FFL without a secure gun storage or safety device. Are you freaking kidding me? They're charging this guy for transferring not even a weapon, a polymer 80 for not giving him a safety lock? He didn't transfer a gun as far as I know. He transferred an 80% lower. Conspiracy. This is where you have two or more people. Guess who the second person was? The FBI agent that he sold to. If I call you as an FBI agent and tell you I'm Joe Blow, and can you send me a weapon that I'm not supposed to have, or can you send me an 80% lower because I can't buy it in California, and you go, yes, we've almost completed conspiracy, now we need an overt act. What's the overt act? I send you money, I give you my credit card number, that's one overt act. You mail it, that's a second overt act. So that's how they're getting for conspiracy. Most people don't get convicted of the crime, they get convicted of the conspiracy to commit the crime because that's easier to prove, which is why they always charge it. All right. And violations of the Arms Export Control Act and export control regulations collectively with the subject offenses. 3. The facts set forth in this affidavit based on my personal observation, my training and experience, and the information obtained from other agents and witnesses. So this is a standard thing that all cops put in all warrants because I'm writing a warrant, but I'm basing my opinion, and that's what it is, an opinion. I'm basing my opinion on what I see, my training, my experience, my expertise, and the information that I get from either other agents, witnesses, or I can even call the cops. If I'm writing my first rape warrant, and I've never written a rape warrant before, I can call other cops who have worked rapes for 20 years. And I can go, hey, dude, here's what I got. What do you think? And he'll go, man, you're good here. You're good here. I would add this. Do you have this? Do you have this? Yeah, man, that's a good warrant. I think you're good. Now in my warrant, I talk to a senior patrol officer or detective who has done 100 rape warrants, and he reviewed my warrant and I discussed my warrant, and he also agreed that I have probable cause. Now that strengthens my probable cause for the attorney and the judge so I can write this warrant. This affidavit is intended to show merely that there is sufficient probable cause. This is kind of dude, why are you telling a judge and attorney this? This almost sounds like you're talking down, or you're like, this affidavit is intended to show merely that there is sufficient probable cause for the request of a warrant and does not purport to set forth all of my knowledge or investigation into this matter. Well, why are you putting this in a warrant, dude? The only reason I can say this is in here is maybe some freaking attorney go, hey man, since you're not putting everything you know about the warrant, this is just to establish probable cause, make sure you put some statement in there so they know this isn't everything. Because a defense attorney will later say, well, when you did the warrant, did you leave this out? I didn't need it. Well, did you know it at the time? Yeah. Well, why didn't you put it in a warrant? You're withholding information. No, I didn't think it was pertinent to establish my probable cause to get the warrant. Therefore, I didn't put it in there. Well, don't you think, look, I can leave out things that make my warrant stronger. That's not the issue. The issue is me leaving out things that I'm intending to hide or trick the judge into signing a warrant because I don't want information to hurt me. So unless, now, again, this can be twisted around when the officer did hide something intentionally and the DA or the person who's challenging the warrant, the other attorney, says, why didn't you put this in your warrant? Did you know it? Yeah. Why didn't you put it? Well, I didn't think it was pertinent. Well, of course you didn't think it was pertinent because you left it out and this would have showed the judge that you didn't have. Now you get into issues. Would this protect you from that? I mean, somebody's going to go, well, Your Honor, the defense or the prosecutor is going to go, Your Honor, he said that it does not have all the information and knowledge he had. So therefore, he wasn't trying to hide. He even openly admitted that he wasn't putting everything in there. To me, this is legal mumbo jumbo, double watch the hand, 3 shell maneuver, kind of giving everybody cover. So when it gets in there, nobody can prove beyond a shadow of doubt. Everybody's got, a little bit of reasonable doubt on who was doing it. And there's plausible deniability for everybody involved. That just doesn't sound right to me, but that's just me. Let's see. Unless specifically indicated otherwise, all conversation and statements described in this affidavit are related in substance and in part only. Okay, dude, why are you trying to suck somebody's dick and convince them that you're not telling them everything? To me, it sounds like you're being Weasley, and there's things that you probably ought to be telling them, and you're not telling them for not because it's not part of it, because you're trying to hide something. That's what I get out of this paragraph. Me. Let's see. I am a special agent. I'm not a regular agent. I'm not a maybe agent. I'm not a even quasi-agent. I am a special agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. That sounds like a good Texas party. Let's see. And have been since February 2010. So he's been an agent for, what, a decade. I am currently assigned to the Glendale's field office in Glendale, California. Oh, he's a California boy, and he's trying to stop him from sending aliens into California. Oh, that makes sense. I'm responsible for investigating and enforcing violations of federal law, including violations of federal firearm laws. In my career, I have assisted in over 100. See, I've assisted. That's just establishing he's got some experience. That doesn't say he was a case agent on 100. I can say I assisted in 200 homicides because I was either dispatched, I showed up, I put tape up. But I can say I've assisted in 200 homicides. That doesn't mean I've investigated as the case agent, a complete homicide, or I was one of the integral part of a homicide conviction. In my career, I've assisted in 100 federal and local criminal investigation, narcotic trafficking. Oh, this ain't even firearms. This is everything he's done. Narcotics, cigarette trafficking. Ooh, this guy's got some. Oh, man, he's going to get those cigarette traffickers. Ooh, man, that's like CHP. I've investigated 1 million traffic tickets, violations. Armed robbery, burglary, child exploitation, and unlawful firearm possession, many of which involve individuals who utilize the internet and digital devices to further their illegal conduct. Ooh, a lot of experience. Okay, so he's justified his experience on this. This basically gives him credibility, so a judge can say, hey, I think this officer has credibility on what he's telling me, and I believe what he's saying is true, and I think he does have probable cause. If this cop just went, I'm a new ATF agent and I just graduated the academy and I finished last in the academy and I've never done any investigations, but shit, I want to get a warrant, so give me a warrant. That's probably not going to fly. That's why it's worded this way. This is commonly referred to as the hero sheet, where the cop kind of gives all their training and expertise. Mine was pretty long because I made it. Some people say you didn't need to put. This guy's pretty short. I put in my college degrees, my education, my academy hours, my other training, my hours of training other people. I put all that in there because the last thing I wanted was some defense attorney looking at my warrant go, man, I think I can trip this guy up and I can do it. When a defense attorney reads a big ass hero sheet, he's like, man, I can't attack this guy on his experience. Let me find something else. That's why my hero sheet tended to be, it was big. It was, sometimes 2 pages. But anyway, I'm not trying to blow my horn. I'm just telling you that's why I put it in there. I graduated from a criminal investigator. Oh, here's where you're getting into it more. Criminal investigator training program at ATF Special Agent Basic Training. Ooh, Special Agent Basic Special Agent Training Program. Both are located in a federal law enforcement training, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he doesn't say how many hours this training is. Maybe the Special Agent Basic FBI Special Agent Basic Training Program is 20 hours. He doesn't say that. Normally you put in the hours of training you have because the hours add up and it gives you more. But his next sentence kind of covers that. I am also an attorney. That would explain his Weasley attorney coverage on the top. I'm also an attorney, admitted to practice law in the state of New York. So you're in California and you're an attorney in New York. Why aren't you practicing law in New York? Well, that's a different topic. Okay, I received my Juris Doctorate in a Juris Doctorate is basically a 2-year degree. I think it's jurisprudence, isn't it? But it's a doctorate degree. Basically, if you have a bachelor's degree, you go to school for 2 more years and you get your doctorate degree. Lawyers are the only one. Normally, to get your doctorate, you have to go 4 more years. But for lawyers, they've made it to where you only have to go 2 years. Oh, ain't that special? You should be a special Juris Doctor of Law degree from Brooklyn. Okay, anyway. What the hell happened here? Oh, okay, it went blue for some reason. Law school in Brooklyn, New York. I have a bachelor's of arts degree in psychology and criminal justice from Georgetown University. Okay. The focus of this investigation is on the suspect unlawful manufacture and distribution of a firearm, including failure to properly mark or pay taxes. Oh, we got to get that money. Give me more money. manufactured firearms, shipping firearms to the residents of other states, and failure to properly conduct a background investigation. Ooh. Related to a firearm sales by Polymer 80 Inc. Ooh. And he put this in parentheses, Polymer 80, because he's probably just going to use, I would have probably went Polymer Inc. And then I'd put in parentheses, later, for purposes of this warrant, he will be later identified as Polymer 80 or Poly 80. I would have made it short because I don't want to keep typing it. A Nevada corporation and federal firearms licensee, FFL, owned and operated by Davis Borges and Lauren Kelly. Now, why don't they have the same last name? Well, they're in California, and maybe she's a empowered woman that wants to keep her own name. Maybe they're not married and they just went into business. My guess would be Lauren is a female, and maybe it's a guy, but if it's a female in California, if you have a female owner, you get better preference for private businesses. If you're just a white male, you get no preference. But if you're a black male, a white female, any color female, any other nationality, you get special, and you can get loans, and you're approved quicker. And if they can only give so many, you go to the top of the list. Whereas if you're just a Davis Borges white male dude, you get no preferences, and you're kicked to the bottom and kicked down. But I digress. Polymer 80 headquarters is located at the subject's premises. It produces, or its products, hey, lawyer, you left out your apostrophe. Its products. Well, maybe not the apostrophe. It is products. No, maybe he's right. No apostrophe. Sorry. Including firearms components and other merchandise are shipped from subject premises and customers. Let's see. And I'm cracking on this shipping because I don't really give a shit about that. And I don't really care about the wording. I'm just kind of being a smart ass. In or around February 2020, man, the house smells good. I got some can of chicken soup, and I had some leftover chicken from a rotisserie chicken. I put some garlic in there, and then I stole one of my horse's carrots, and I chopped it up and put it in there, and now it's simmering on the oven. I've got it on a low, and it's just simmering, so it's starting to smell the house up. Smokey's downstairs in front of the fire. I had to throw a fire in there when I went and took that other little video. But I digress. Shit, we're at 26 minutes. Rick, let's get to the war and quit. Shut up, you big crybaby. I'm giving you a free education. You're going to come here and cry. Get out of here. In or around February 2020, I learned, wow, he learned something in 2020. In addition to components and other merchandise, Polymer 80 offers a product for sale called Buy, Build, Shoot Kit. When I Googled that, there must be 50 different businesses that sell this kit. So be on notice why they went after this guy and why they're not going after you yet and what this guy did. I think this guy was sending shit to California and he got caught. But we'll see. Polymer 80 advertised to his customers that the kit contains all necessary components to build a complete firearm. So is that illegal? Is that a crime? See, if that was a crime, he should have put Polymer advertised to customers that it contains all necessary components. This is in violation of Title 18, Section blah, blah, blah. But he didn't put that, did he? Because this isn't a crime. This just offends freaking liberals. This is to get a response that, oh my God, he's selling components to build a firearm. He's somehow breaking the law. That's not against the law, as far as I know. Maybe somebody can correct me. Including the 80% frame clip, complete slide assembly, complete frame kits part, and 10-round magazine, and a pistol case. Ooh, he gave him a pistol case. And he didn't give him a pistol lock. We're going to get him for that mean lock he didn't give him. ATF agents purchased a number. ATF agents purchased a number of buy, build, shoot kits from Polymer 80. I wonder who paid for that. Well, you did, you pesky taxpayers, because that's what you're doing. It's not enough that we got illegals crossing the border. We got bank robbers free. We got millions of warrants, federal warrants, felony violent warrants in the system that we can't find these people and they're out there committing crimes. No. We need to spend our time with your government money buying kits so we can take you to court, which were then shipped by Polymer 80 from the subject premises to California. Ooh, the commie state. Utilizing the components provided in the kit, the ATF senior special agent. Woo! He's a I wonder if there's a special senior special agent. Assembled the kit into a fully functioning firearm in approximately 3 hours. So, most people could do it too. I can't help it if your dumbass is a senior special agent and it took you 3 hours. See, what they're trying to say here is, see, you can build your own firearm in 3 hours because this guy's mean and bad. What crime? Is there a federal law that says if you can make it a federal firearm in 3 hours versus 2.5 hours, then you're committing a violation? Of course not. They're just adding this in for effect. This will impress the jury when they read this. Utilizing the, oh, we're at 29 minutes. All right, I'm going to stop this. We'll make a part 2 of this lengthy search warrant. I am on page 5 of 119. Now, I'll get to some of these pages where it won't be, but the meat and potatoes of this is where he's establishing his probable cause, and that's when you find out what kind of case they have against you. All right, come back for part 2.